Today we're reading a book on numbers by Crabtree. This book, Simple Numbers, Straight Talk, Big Profits, is a really wonderful book. I honestly wish that it was like a requirement when opening an LLC bank account. Let's pull out my favorite concepts from chapters 1 through 3 and buy the book because you need to read it. One of the first concepts in the book talks about your owner's salary, but it basically just explains in very clear, understandable, and very motivating terms why you have to get your owner's salary figured out, and it has to be right, and it has to be a market-based value, and all the things that not paying yourself a market-based rate are negatively affecting in your company. They're like big deals. You need to get the most productivity for your labor dollars, and that includes your own salary. As entrepreneurs, we all want our businesses to work, but if you're going to fly in for 2 days a month and still draw a full salary, you are lying to yourself. So quit taking a salary out of the business. There's nothing wrong with being an investor and just showing up for board meetings with the executive team you hired to run the business. Then my little side note says, but that means no salary for you, obviously. So in this little section, Greg talks about how the NFL set a salary cap that is the same for all teams. And it's just a way to make the talent more equitable across all the teams and hopefully prevent some teams from having a huge, enormous budget where they get all of the star players and whatever. Sports! Anyway. The salary cap example is helpful because it clearly illustrates this concept, and then he ends with, look, at the end of the day, you have a salary cap that you have to live with. Every business has a salary cap. Then he helps you work backwards with your numbers, just literally typing in your revenue, using a pre-tax profit of 10% as your baseline. He's like, no, there's no break even. Like 10% profit is break even in my world. I'm an accountant, trust me. And then you start filling in other line items, like what's your total expenses? And then what are your non-salary costs? And then from there, you are able to fill in the blank of what your salary cap is if you want to be 10% profitable with all the other expenses you have. On page 43, I'm just gonna show you an example of one of these basic charts that he has. Why can I not figure out? One of these charts that's just showing you how the numbers were filled in. This is the chart like one step before it's filled in. So basically you fill in all your numbers and then figuring out what your salary cap is like really basic math. I went through this exercise right after I finished this chapter with my own numbers, and it was very fast, and just can't believe how impactful that was to be given that number. This chapter is just a lifesaver, I feel like, for me personally. Page 30, there's a section called Your Capital Safety Net. This quote is talking about what it takes to get through this range of growth from $1 million to $5 million in revenue, and he refers to it as the Badlands. How much of a capital reserve do you need to get your company through the Badlands? In other words, what is your capital safety net? It's pretty easy to figure out. Calculate how much cash you need to hire the people you need, then estimate how long it will be before your business can pay back the new hires and still remain profitable. And then also, to get through the black hole, you will need a capital safety net. Prepare a cash flow forecast by month for the time period of the expansion to determine your capital needs. I'll let you read the chapter and get more information on that. Some of the keys that I want to highlight. Number 1, maintain a minimum pre-tax profit of 10% or greater as you grow to the $5 million revenue level, and leave any profits after taxes in the business to fund the growth, instead of relying on debt or outside capital. Calculate and maintain your salary cap, including your own market-based wage. Get to 15% pre-tax profit before you raise your salary cap, aka hire anyone, that's my note, and drive your profit back down to 10%. The higher your pre-tax profit, the quicker you reach a cash positive state. Control your profit by getting the most productivity out of every labor dollar you spend. So this book is incredible. I will do another segment at least on it. There were a couple chapters that were really sticky that I may actually recommend you skipping in different instances, but these first 3 are a must read. That's it for now. Talk to you later.